years, you keep taking the money. After year 7, you have a choice. You control your destiny. That'll be the only time you do it in your prime. So here's Paul George's moment. He's from L.A. I think he wants to play for the Lakers, and not in Oklahoma City. The question then becomes, why wouldn't he play for the Lakers? Well, they don't have enough talent, or management is incompetent. No, wait a minute. The Lakers have some interesting young talent. And one thing, you say whatever you want about Magic, that is competent management at least. And if Paul George is the first guy in the door, that's the first domino to fall. Others will follow. He will be a Lakers hero, and there's a very good chance he will be on a competitive championship caliber team in the next couple of years. I believe he's going to go with his heart and go to the Lakers.
Well, let me say this. If we're talking, lifestyle, quality of life, look, I'm in L.A. right now. Let me be very, very clear.
I noticed you didn't find a way to come back when I was in town. The brother Jay-Z, y'all both will be here.
I'll be back. Well, listen, I'll be back tomorrow. It ain't my fault that you picked the day when I was gone. You know what I'm saying? You usually are here. I don't want to hear your mouth. The point that I'm trying to make to you is that if we're talking about lifestyle, quality of life, I mean, there's nothing to talk about. I mean, it's La, it's L.A., it's the palm trees, sunshine, Rodeo Drive, Venice Beach. I mean, come on now. Ain't nothing to talk about. But if we're talking basketball, I'd stay right there in OKC. Here's why. Let me tell y'all something. Russell Westbrook is sensational. And he's not just sensational because of because of his exploits on the court. It's that fire in his belly. It's that never say die, never stop. It's that, that assassin's mentality and what have you. When I look at Russell Westbrook, if I want to play with a player for the next 4 to 5 years, this would be that dude. And I'm playing with him now, the way that Paul George is flowing right now, the way that he's figured things out, Jalen, his numbers have gone up from December to January to February. I mean, every single month this season, his points have gotten better, his percentages have gotten better, he's playing better basketball, and he's looking like that star that we were talking about when he got traded to OKC. We talk about Magic and how he's going to be a good executive. Well, Sam Presti already is. Hasn't been, he's missed out on a couple of things primarily because his owner didn't want to spend that money. But he's done a damn good job overall, and we can't deny that. And so when I look at that and I look at the combination, Steven Adams ain't going anywhere. Russell Westbrook ain't going anywhere. If I'm Paul George, then what I'm looking for is a really, really good executive having the onus on his shoulders to simply provide me with a bench, because the combination of us three, and I didn't even include Melo into that equation, who could still end up staying there past this season. I'm saying to myself, excuse me, there's some things that we could do here, and I don't know who LA is going to be able to get. That is problematic for me if I'm Paul George. And again, quality of life, there's no discussion. But purely about basketball, I would tell you that OKC seems to be the best landing spot, unless some teams, the Lakers, the Clippers, or somebody, can come up with the with the likelihood of getting him paired with at least one other superstar or a couple of other dudes.
I'm rolling with Stephen A. on this one, Max, but for different reasons. And let's talk about lifestyle for a minute, because that keeps coming up. I was fortunate enough to sign a maximum contract. And let me tell you what happens when you sign on the dotted line. Indiana is just like Los Angeles. Trust me, it really is when you're making the same amount of money. And for Paul George, you can get another year of $35 to $40 million, which means the Lakers can sign him for a 4-year deal. OKC can sign him for a 5-year deal. That's leaving $40 million on the table to go play for the Los Angeles Lakers, who currently don't have an all-star on their roster. I don't think that's the move. And yes, LA has the palm trees, the low riders, and the movie stars. But you know what? You can have that in the summer, Stephen A. Just like Russell Westbrook, who's also
from
California, that gets that opportunity.
First of all, Westbrook has an opt-out after next year, so he could join Paul George in L.A. if that stuff is really working out. I hear you about the money, no doubt. But Kuzma, Ingram, those guys could be all-stars pretty soon. It's not like they don't have talent. And if that's true about OKC, what you're saying, I think it's a little bit of a rationalization. Why in the history of the NBA has no top-flight superstar ever signed in a market like OKC?
I got an
When
answer
it comes
for you.
to signing on the dotted line, they go to LA, they go to big market.
I got an answer for you, Maximilian. I noticed you said go to Los Angeles, but since when? When the last time a major free agent signed in L.A. to play with the Lakers?
By the way, Jim Buss and Mitch Kupchak ain't running the show anymore.
I'm
It's
answering
Genie
your
Buss
question.
and
No,
Magic.
you said, I got another large market for you. When was the last time a major free agent went to sign with the Nets or the Knicks? Players
also incompetent management.
Okay, so that diffuses your point. The bottom line is when you're getting top dollar, that's what it's all about.
No, wait, time out, Jalen. What you're saying
I
is...
you to speak, please. This is the second interruption. Please allow me to go. I promise. It's going to be a great take. So, again, you said players are going to large markets. That's not accurate. They're not going to L.A. They're not going to New York to only chase lifestyle. You can have lifestyle and build commercials anywhere. Ask LeBron. Ask Russell Westbrook. That notion that the media continue to throw it out there is just not accurate. There's been a pecking order assigned that LeBron set. LeBron left Cleveland to join Dwayne Wade in Miami for championship glory. KD left OKC to join Steph to get championship glory. CP3 left to join Harden so he can move up in the Western Conference. This is why Paul George is now in OKC, to run with Russell Westbrook. You think you can say with a straight face that you want to win championships, but you leave a top 5 player in Russell Westbrook to go play with a player that I really like this young and Kyle Kuzma? It just doesn't add up. Not yet.
Hold on. There's a bunch of stuff. Number one, I never said that they sign in the big markets. There are disqualifying things about big markets, namely incompetent management. If there's incompetent management, that'll disqualify L.A., New York, Chicago, anywhere.
That's all the largest three markets besides Houston.
Do people believe that Magic Johnson's incompetent? I don't believe so. And as opposed to OKC, Genie Buss, the Buss family will spend money. But more than that, Jalen, the bottom line is still give me an example of a small market like OKC. In the history of the NBA, give me one example where a top-flight max contract level player chose to sign there as a free agent and left another team to sign there. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Stephen A., you would like this comment. You're being really slick, Max. You said chose to sign. So do you consider the Greek Freak choosing to sign with Milwaukee? Because he just did.
No, because he's in his rookie deal. No, I'm talking about after the first 7 years where you moved to a small market like OKC to sign your max deal. It's never happened to my knowledge.
We're out of time. Are you not entertained? That's all I got to say. Let's keep it going. Coming up, would you like to see the Warriors and Rockets meet in the finals? Adam Silver has a way we might be able to get that matchup. We'll discuss if it's a good idea. Plus,